Hello, this is Community Unity Now, the D Tycoon Show. I am Trudy Leong, Administrator of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce. My co-host, Bill Morton, President of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce, cannot be here with us today because he is still rehabbing from his severe injury that happened on public transit at the train station. Anyway, we have learned so much, Bill and I, as we have navigated through the last 2 months of his injury. What we have learned a lot about is how medical records are not brought together, are not in a unit with the patient. So wherever Bill goes, let's say he is at the hospital, and then he goes to the nursing facility. Those records are not transferred, so the people at the nursing facility have no idea what happened to Bill. They do not know where he has been injured, the extent of his injury, what kind of injury. And when he speaks with them, he asks them, do you know what happened to me? And then they say, well, we're here to help you. And then they do not know. And they ask him to go online to get his records. But of course, we will get those records. It's just that since Bill has been injured and I am working full time, we have not had much free time to do much of anything that we really need. We could just keep up with the bare minimum. However, I am concentrated on helping Bill get through this because it is a very traumatic time in our lives and in our relationship. It's I sometimes have to go to Bill, bring him some nice food and get him whatever he needs, and then I have to leave so quickly in order to be able to keep up with my other responsibilities. And I feel that I am neglecting him, but there is nothing that we could do about that because we have spoken about this before, that I have to remain as healthy as possible so that I don't become injured too. And right now, I'm getting not enough sleep every night. So for the last 2 months, I have not had enough sleep except on the days off of work. So I work 5 days a week, and then there are 2 days where I might get enough sleep. But this is just a little advice show because we have learned so much for our viewers, because everybody at some point in their lives is going to be a caretaker, either for a family member or someone they love. And there is so much that we have learned that we want to share with you. First of all, of course, when Bill is at the facility, the nursing facility, he is a very sociable person. So he talks with the people who take care of him. There are many different aspects, such as wound care, rehab, or nursing, CNAs. And he just wants to understand what they are doing, what is happening, and make sure that he is being helpful in his own treatment as well. So he asked the questions. You know that he is a good interviewer. He interviews with me on this show with guests all the time for the last couple of years, ever since 2019. And this is one of the highlights of our very busy lives. Anyway, when he talks with people at the facility, he asks them if why is this and this, and how does such and such help me? And when he does not feel good, sometimes he tells me about it, and I advise him, please let the doctor know. But the doctor only visits him about once a week. If he's lucky, maybe it might be 3 times a week, but most of the visits are very short. And sometimes when right now, since he has been medicated, because there is so much pain in his injury part there, and he has to take Norco and gabapentin, and that has created brain fog, and he is not his usual alert self. So when he is with people, there are things that he had planned to ask them, but when they're there, he forgets about what he needs to ask them, and by the time they leave, they're gone, and he does not know when he'll see them again, and then he remembers after they're gone what he needs to ask them. He also has been timing himself for the painkillers, the Norco and gabapentin, and at first they said that he could get it every 8 hours, and that is. In the beginning, it was hard for him because there was so much pain. Right now, there is, but it's a little better. But once the schedule is off, then it's very uncomfortable for him, because he might have to skip like a whole 8 hours, or it's all messed up and he does not have the pain medication when he needs it. And when he calls people to help him, they will also say that it's only right now you are only allowed it. We don't bring it automatically to you because you have to ask for it. And then he tells them, well, I'm asking for it now. And then they say that, oh, we are on break. We will let the nurse know, and she will bring it to you. But that does not happen because they do not relay the message to the nurse, and again, he'll miss his medication. But there is some positive news. He has been walking around with his walker and trying to put some little weight on his injured foot. And at first he began very slowly, and now it's getting better. He has also been getting mixed messages from the rehab people. When he went in for a checkup after the surgery, it was about a month after the surgery. They told him, do not put any weight on that foot. So he was very careful to not put any weight on the foot. When he went to the bathroom, he made sure that his leg was lifted, no weight on that foot. Then recently he went in for another checkup to see how his progress was. Now they told him that, you have not been working it. You should have put some weight, walk around it. Otherwise, you lose your mobility. And then he told them, well, you were the ones that told me to not use my foot. And then now you're telling me that I need to use my foot. So these are examples of the mixed messages, mixed advice that these facilities, hospitals, the doctors would give to the patient. So when if anybody is caring for a loved one, or is injured themselves, or is ill, you have to be very careful to advocate for yourself. It's a very, very arduous task, and but if you don't do it, nobody's going to do it for you. First of all, if you can, get someone to help you get all the medical records, but so that at least you have them in one place. If you have like a digital file online, that's easier to park, because if it's a long-term injury, a long-term recovery, those records are going to be like boxes and boxes, and there simply is not enough room to store those records, and it's much easier to sift through those records digitally. As for the different facilities, different doctors, nurses, etc., not knowing what the prior history of the patient is, so you have to be careful that your caretakers, your medical staff that is taking care of you, that is taking care of your loved one, that they might not know what the others are doing. In other words, the left hand does not know what the right hand is doing, and there might be bad, severe consequences as a result of that. When you speak with the doctor, try to see if are lucky enough to, fortunate enough to have a good conversation with the doctor. And if possible, write down all the points that you need to ask, and then and when there are discrepancies, such as bad advice, or not bad advice, but conflicting advice, then you need to note that. Probably you need a journal. We should have a journal. It's just that we have been so busy, but a journal would be great to have a section on inconsistencies, have a section on the care, have a section on medication, because those records are not traveling with the patient. And let's say that let's say Bill, he has those records with him. Let's say he has them on his phone, and he could show his caretaker, such as the nurse or the doctor. We really do not think that they would take the time to sift through those records, because there are a lot of them. And but since they have their rounds to make, they have other patients to take care of. We should be cognizant of this is what is happening to patients around the nation. Their medical staff is not. There is a very great possibility that the people who are taking care of them are not cognizant of what has happened to them in the beginning, all along their treatment and their course of treatment. There might be if they don't know, and then they do something wrong, that would be harmful to the patient, and who knows how much how many times that might have happened. Perhaps we should talk with our elected officials and apprise them of these problems. The elected officials, of course, they are human too, and they probably are going to experience this themselves, or in the future they will experience it, and they will have more knowledge about what is happening. This is a very important point that our society should pay greater attention to, so that we and our loved ones and our friends will get the best medical care. No matter what how good the medical care is, if it's not used properly, and if the right hand does not know what the left hand is doing, that medical care might not be actually care. There might be adverse consequences, and even if there were adverse consequences, with the way that these medical records are not connected with the various caretakers, those adverse consequences might not even become apparent, especially if there is nobody actually taking the time and taking the attention to concentrate almost like full time, at least an hour, thinking and reflecting and making sure that everything is right. Bill and I have been always trying to communicate and trying to keep up with what is happening to him. He texts me what time he takes his medication, who has visited him, who has given him therapy, what kind of therapy, when he is frustrated that he does not get the therapy that he thinks that he needs, because it seems as if they're just asking him to walk, and it's not like what he would believe is therapy, to walk the right way. Even when I was with Bill and he showed me that he was walking, I asked him, please, you're not walking straight with your injured foot. And then he straightened himself out. He was able to do it. Of course, he always, recently, he always has to pay for that. Whenever he's ambitious and tries to walk and use his injured limb, he'll pay for it later. It's a lot of pain and a lot of agony, but I tell them that's what it takes to. It's just like exercising. When people work out, there comes that the muscle wear and tear, but then the muscles heal themselves, and that pain goes away, and a person is much stronger for it. we appreciate, we want to take this time also to thank all our friends and supporters who have offered to visit and to bring things to Bill. But oftentimes, Bill is he was very in a lot of pain, and people in the facility are always dropping in, and it's not very conducive for visitors. But we do appreciate and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all your support. As for the food, I try to bring Bill healing foods such as blueberries, and that we know that are good for him and that will help heal, and raw oranges, because I'm at work. I always get bruised or get paper cuts or plastic cuts, like little plastic containers. I swoop and I slip my hand. So if I eat raw oranges, that always helps me heal. Anything else that has vitamin C does not do the job quite at all, like raw oranges. Orange juice doesn't help. Lemon doesn't help. Grapefruit doesn't help. Tangerines don't help. Kiwis don't help. But the raw oranges help, no matter if they are organic or even if they are not organic, like regular oranges. They help. So I always get oranges for Bill, and then any food that's healing and foods that he likes, because such as White Castles or hot dogs, even though that isn't as good for him, it's something that he enjoys, and as long as Bill is happy, that will help him heal as well. So when Bill tells his medical friends that Trudy is bringing in blueberries for him to help him heal, they laugh at that. They do not believe it, but we believe it. As long as it does help Bill, and I do see the change in Bill, that is very important, that we believe in what we are doing and that Bill improves. We do appreciate them. We have a friend also that does acupuncture, but Bill was hesitant about acupuncture. So he had her, Dr. Violet, she was on our show before on Community Unity Now, and he had her do some cupping for him. And that was, he asked for it, and Dr. Violet said it would help him relax. And believe me, Bill needs a lot of relaxation and calmness for him to weather this ordeal. If you have any more questions about what we are going through, and any suggestions about how we could navigate this better, or more advice about what we have gone through, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Our phone number is 773-850-0049. And our email is rogersparkchamberofcommerce@gmail.com. RogersParkchamberofcommerce@gmail.com. From Bill Morton, President of the Rogers Parker Chamber of Commerce, and me, Trudy Leong, Administrator of the Rogers Parker Chamber of Commerce, we thank you so much for watching Community Unity Now, the D Tycoon Show, and we will see you.